Hello, I'm Lisa Davies, and I'm going to give you an example of how you can use law of attraction for all sorts of different things. So the example that I'm going to give you today is about an area of my life that I know I'm feeling quite a lot of resistance about. So effectively, you know when you need to apply the laws of, or the rules of law of attraction when you feel resistant, you feel or you feel sad, or you feel negative. That's your kind of navigational compass for being able to say, right, I've got to apply law of attraction in the sense of, let's do some work on this. Okay, law of attraction is always working, but it's these feelings that tell us that we need to change what our focus is about. So one of the areas for me is related to my daughter having gone to school. I get a lot of paperwork coming home, so there's a lot of paperwork around going on school trips. There's things around medical forms, even though I've already filled in the same information before. I find it really inefficient, and essentially I get really frustrated every time there's a piece of paper coming home. It sends me quite crazy, and I have a rant about the school, and actually it's coming from me, and the more I focus on it, the more I'm going to get of that as well. So keep fighting something isn't going to get the solution. And I know that some of the feelings, what it's around, is around being I feel like I'm being controlled. I feel like I'm back at school, an environment that I didn't really relish that greatly, all of the rules, very much kind of against conforming, and so that really makes me feel uncomfortable. So the best thing to do is, when you've got a kind of area that you want to focus on, is you kind of want to neutralize it first before you start getting positive about it. It's not that easy to go from a problem area straight into positive. So I can't just say, that's okay, I don't mind, because I'm still feeling so the way that you would kind of do it is say, I'm really annoyed at the fact that I get pieces of paper from school. I find it really inefficient. I feel controlled. I feel like my life is being put on, and my time is basically being dictated to by other people, and that's how I feel. So what would I like to feel about this? Well, I'd like to accept that there are easier ways to communicate, but it's okay that the school has chosen the method that it does, and that how they go about it will change over time, so to be more positive about their ability to change into a more technological era. So the way you could go from it is kind of talking about what is positive about the way things currently are. So I get loads of forms coming home. I find it really inefficient. But if it was any more efficient than that, then somebody would have less work to do, and potentially they may be out of a job. So I could look at it as being maybe inefficient, but someone is actually getting a job from this. And then you can kind of also look at it from the fact that they're ticking all the boxes, they're making sure that there is safety there, that should my children ever require any medical assistance, they've got all the information to hand. So they're over crossing and the T's and dotting the I's, but at least at the end of the day my children are going to be safe. So already I'm starting to feel better about this irritation of mine, because I'm starting to see where it's coming from and what can be good about it. And then you can keep moving over into, wouldn't it be nice if they were able to find a more efficient way of doing this? Perhaps somebody will be able to suggest something, or they'll have a supplier that will come into the school and show them a really efficient yet cost-effective way of communicating with their staff. Things that I've gone into before is around Perhaps they could task some of the older children to develop an app that may be able to deal with this particular problem area for communicating with parents. So there's lots of different ways in which you can move to things and think through things. In the beginning, you may find that it's going to be a little bit, it's going to feel like it's a bit rusty to be thinking in this way, but you're asking yourself, how can I feel better? What is good about this? How can I feel good about this? And as you do that, your mind will give you answers to that, and you'll be able to neutralise your state, and then you'll be able to move into a more positive state of being empowered and fulfilled and happy and secure, areas that are far more positive than your problem area. So that's an example for today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.